I told you. I'm over in Coco Cay today. I heard this lady say, which way is the beach? I might just follow the sun. Which way is the beach? Incredible. Another lady couldn't get off the ship. She was like, how do I get off the ship? I was like, follow the sun, like. She got mad. But there's plenty of good people on board. Last night was the first show. I was feeling good. I always like to get the first show out the way. I'm at the bar downstairs having a couple drinks in the casino with this guy. He goes, are you the comedian? I said, yeah. He said, man, you hilarious. Can I buy you a drink? I said, no problem. Next thing I know, me and this dude is 6 drinks down. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning. I look over and I'm like, this dude is drunk. There's no way this dude is gonna make it to his room. And security don't take you to your room. I said, look man, if you could tell me your room number, I'll help you get to your room. He said, okay. He threw his arm around me. I got him on the elevator. I get him up to his floor. We're going down the hallway. His legs are wobbly. I get him to his room door. I lean him up. I knock lightly. His wife comes out. She says, thank you so much. I said, no problem. I'm walking away and she says, but where's his wheelchair? You think you drink with a guy all night that would have came up? Never came up. There's good people on board, there's some mean people on board. I don't know how you get this far in your life with this much hatred still in your heart. I don't know. I'm on the elevator this afternoon. I get on the elevator, this white lady get on the elevator with me, and then she clutches her purse. And it made me feel some type of way, and then the whole situation got awkward because I'm pulling, she's pulling, I'm pulling, she's pulling, I'm pulling. I'm like, just let go of the purse. You're just making this harder than it has to be. It doesn't have to be this hard, baby. How you doing, boss? You doing good? You look good, man. Who you got with you? Oh, you got your friend? All your friends, or just this guy right here? Just one friend? That's all you got? You need more friends. Just in case something happened, like an emergency, you can't have one friend. He might be asleep. What about you, boss? Who's this with you? That's your girlfriend? How long y'all been dating? 3 years. Take your time. Get to know her. There's no rush. No rush. Get to know her. He just learned her middle name this cruise. You'll be learning new stuff from here on out. Take your time, boys. 3 years. That's good. Where did y'all meet? In Miami? Where? Oh, wow! Wow, what kind of couch is that? I'm sure that couch got some stains on it. I'm sure. People meeting on top of couches. That's an interesting place to meet. I live in Atlanta. I don't know how people meet in Atlanta. Atlanta is a huge city. You think it'd be easy to find somebody in Atlanta. We got every group represented in Atlanta. We got the LGBTQ community, but it's 2023, you can't offend anybody, you can't step on anybody's toes. If you meet somebody in Atlanta that you think is attractive, you have to say things like, how long have you been a woman? That's a legit question in Atlanta. Like, if you've been doing this for 10, 15 years, I might be okay with it, but if this is your first date, I don't want no parts of this. I could tell you just bought these heels, you really can't walk in them, you still saying things guys say like, race you to the car. Don't no woman say race you to the car. I'm on to you. But I'm open-minded. The older I get, I realize nobody wants to die alone. You have to be open-minded to dating people from different races, different religions, different ages. I used to date a Muslim girl. She came to me early in the relationship and said, would you consider becoming Muslim so we could get married? And I was like, no, I'm Christian. I just want one wife and a girlfriend. Who wants 4 wives? I was raised right, you know. Nobody wants to come home from a night of drinking and be like, I was out with the fellas, I was out with the fellas, I was out with the fellas, I was out with the fellas. Relationship had some good and some bad. It lasted 4 years. We lived together the last year, and in that last year, I learned more about women than I ever had in my life. You don't know nothing about women until you live with them. Prior to living with them, that's their representative that they sent over every time you see them. And until you live with them, that's when you really find out what goes on in the underworld of women. Like, women won't tell you that the vagina went down for repairs. Then you go in the bathroom and see a big tube of something that says Vagistat on it. And I'm not a doctor, but I watch a lot of medical shows and I know that stat me right now. Stat me right now. Any nurses in here? According to this tube, you need to be putting this on your vag right now, is what this tube is saying. And you can't do nothing until it's finished. And I'm like, that looks like a 10-day tube. Didn't they have a smaller size, travel size, toothpaste type tube that they could have gave you? They gave you the biggest tube they got. I learned so much. I want to do it, bro. I'm going to be like you one day. I think marriage is a great institution. Where else can a man go out and work and come home and give his check to somebody else and have them snatch his hopes and his dreams?
Wow.
Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to borrow $20 of his own money to get a haircut? I want that. I'm tired of keeping my own money. I want to do it. I'm just scared. I'm not afraid to admit it. And the part that scares me the most about marriage is the fact that men and women don't look at marriage the same way. When women talk about marriage, it's a happy occasion. I'm getting married, I got my ring, I got my colors picked out, I got 4 of my fat friends to stand next to me. It's gonna be a beautiful day. No, their dress is ugly, mine is pretty. But it's not the same for the men. When men talk about marriage with our friends, it sounds like something you get diagnosed with. Did you hear what happened to Charles? No, what? He's getting married. No! I just seen him last week. When did he find out? She told him yesterday at dinner. Is there anything that we could do for him? No, the invitations already went out. There's nothing we can do. Charles is terminal. All her cousins know. Can't stop no wedding once the cousins know. Serious business. Me and that girl broke up, and I moved to Vegas for a while. I just had to get away. I took that breakup hard. I thought that's the one that was gonna work. I had to move away. The women know what I'm talking about. You just get tired of 4-year relationship after 4-year relationship, and I needed a new start. I'm sitting in Vegas. My buddy calls me up. You always have a good friend who helps you through a breakup. And he was like, man, you in Vegas, why don't you see what Vegas has to offer? And I'm like, dude, I'm tired. No more dinners, no more movies, no more car parks. I'm not buying anything else. And appreciate a couple rumbles. Let me know I'm not the only person that ever bought a woman car parts before. And it reminded me of a time I was dating this young lady, and one day she called me out the blue and was like, hey, I'm down here at the tire shop. I got the kids with me, and the guy is saying that I need front and back brakes. Is there any way that you could come down and help out? And I was like, yes, I could come down and help out, but you need to call the other 2 dudes you fucking too, and let's get them down here and help out with the bill. So I got down to the tire shop and I got the guy on the phone and I said, hey man, I already paid for these front brakes. You need to come pay for these back brakes because we need to keep her safe while she drives between both our houses. You're not gonna take my brakes and stop at his house. I'm fair, I'm not a fool, you know. So my buddy, in trying to cheer me up, he says, I know what you need. You need a chubby girl. You never dated a chubby girl. Chubby girls are fun. So I went and found a chubby girl, but Nobody told me chubby girls eat your leftovers. And I wasn't prepared for that. I don't have extra meals like that. I'm on a budget. All my meals are spoken for. She would call me in the middle of the day and be like, I left this morning quietly. I didn't want to make no noise and wake you. And I'm like, yeah, but you took my lunch. I was going to eat that spaghetti when I woke up, chubby girl. I'm like, this ain't going to work, chubby girl. This ain't going to work. But I travel around doing comedy. I meet interesting people everywhere. I met an older white lady on a flight, and she said, I want to come to Vegas and hang with the comedian. I said, come on, Tammy, you're welcome. Tammy flew herself to Vegas. We hanging out in my apartment. Tammy says, I want to smoke weed with you. I haven't smoked weed since my son was 2 years old. I said, Tammy, this ain't the weed when you was in high school. This is the weed white people grow, Tammy. Their weed have names. She said, oh, come on, it'll be fun. I said, okay. We rolled one up, passed it back and forth. Tammy starts coughing. She goes to the bathroom. I finish it off by myself. 3-4 minutes later, I hear her calling me from the bathroom. Drill. 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 I said, what's the matter, Tammy? She said, I'm not feeling well. I said, what's wrong? She was like, my heart's beating fast, and I think I'm having a panic attack, and we should call emergency. And I'm like, we not calling nobody, Tammy. Don't nobody know you here. You a white lady in my apartment with weed. That's possession with intent. We not calling nobody. I watch a lot of forensic files. I know how to get rid of a body, but we not calling nobody. I said, you got two choices. You could lay down or we could go for a walk. She said, well, I don't want to lay down. I said, put your shoes on. We're going to go for a walk. We're going to walk around the whole apartment complex till you feel better. I look on my bathroom counter. She got her insurance papers laid out with the outer network number circled. And I'm like, you have outer network insurance? I don't have regular insurance. I fly just to use the x-ray machine for an MRI. I'm like, tell me if you see anything. If you don't see no lumps, I'm boarding this plane. Lucky, boss, you got a girl for 3 years.